Yo, what's up everyone? I'm back. This is actually an NESL game, so hopefully no one gets mad at me for casting this, but hey, I didn't know it until I had already started, but whatevs. You guys already saw the first game. I'm gonna cast the second one, and possibly a third if there is one. So this is CRS versus mMe. I actually didn't know the team last game until I went and looked it up. So in any case, yeah, CRS didn't have the best game last time, but they just got snowballed on, and that tends to happen a lot in these high-level pro matches. So definitely doesn't make CRS a bad team. They just had a bad game, and so it looks like this time they're playing champions they're a little bit more familiar with. I know West Rice can do some Jace. Actually, I'm pretty sure a lot of people can do Jace. He's a very strong champion, but I'm not gonna try and fanboy out too much on him since he is one of my favorite champions, as I've been known to do that. But on the other hand, we've got an interesting situation. We've got Muffin Cutie actually doing a support Morgana on the bottom lane. We're going to be seeing probably a mid Cho'Gath, and so something you're not really used to seeing in most of your solo queue matches. Definitely going to be a really annoying team as well. You've got Cho'Gath just being giant, beastly, knocking people up, throwing them around with his silences and his knockups, blah blah blah. And then you've got a ghost of your AD carry here, and especially being Draven, that's going to be scary. Of course, his Q's not going to really carry over into the ghost. He can still do lots of damage, however. And you've got Skarner pulling people in for nasty gate attempts, bindings from Morgana. I mean, you've got so many annoying things happening here. So Ball's already looking like he's going to be in a bad situation as he's trying to counter jungle. First blood to Jace. This is bad already. And CRS looks like they're going to be in a good position if they keep that up. So already not bad. CRS getting a nice leash here from Elements and Cop. So he's going to be good to go. Moving on into his jungle and not really losing out on too much. Yes, he did lose his big Wraith, but that's not going to be too much trouble here. The main person who's going to lose out here is his Balls, as he's going to have to deal with West Rice being much more ahead of him after that kill. Of course, you know, obviously he did not go back. He actually picked up a health potion and a mana potion so that he can do a lot of harass early game. I'm curious now. I want to watch this bottom lane. We've already got some harassment going on. Aframu doing big damage to Cop as he's already at level 2 from getting those golems. Almost took down Cop. Did burst that flash out though, so he's going to have to be careful once Cop hits a couple of levels and whatnot. He's going to be fine. He's got Elements there to heal him back up, but at only level 1, it's going to take just a little bit before Elements can really start to get some big kills, but they are popping those health potions to try and get that going as fast as possible. So already a lot of action happening in this game, and so I think that this is going to be a really good one. So I'm just waiting for the first person to make their mistake. You can notice Cop's already back to full HP. He was really low, but that's the thing. If you take someone really low at level 1, it's not as low as it really it appears, because you just don't have a lot of HP. And once you level up and use those health potions, you're already back to full. So it's not too big of a problem. Now, I'm curious to see how Balls will do here. I know personally that that Jace completely shits on, excuse my language, but he does. He completely craps all over Yorick and trades. But I mean, you can definitely mess up, I guess you could say. But I don't know. We'll have to wait and see if there's a good gank going on to West Rice. If they can shut him down and get him ahead, then that's going to be good. St. Vicious looks like he could go down if they're able to catch him here, but don't see an ignite. So it looks like he will stay alive there. I was expecting to see him go down. He just had enough HP with that shield to help him survive. That was really close. And now that's going to give Smithy a chance to run in there and look for some creeps. They're not up yet, so unfortunately he can't counter jungle that. In fact, there's not really anything for him to counter jungle. But now he's going to be able to come in behind West Rice. West Rice needs to get out of there. And doesn't look like Smithy's going to be able to actually stop him in time. And Balls is not going to check that bush, so he's going to make it out safely. I'm not sure. Smithy was just kind of hanging out. And I guess he's not even going to go in for the attempt, knowing that West Rice is already backed. A lot of wards down here on the bottom lane gives both teams the opportunity to see if somebody is coming, so they are safe to be aggressive and shove as much as they want for the time being. Meanwhile, Mandatory already picking up those race and trying to get that lead. That is one thing you can do on Cho'Gath as you get your health back every time you attack those minions, making it very difficult for most mid laners to actually focus him down and kill him, since he can just continually attack minions, get all of his HP back. It's so annoying to play against the Cho'Gath as he's so tanky, and he actually does a hell of a lot of damage once he lands his abilities. Nijaki, on the other hand, he's probably not going to have a lot of trouble here standing by and farming. You also notice Nijaki actually is the one playing here. He said, wow, Ball's already getting knocked out here. Looks like this is going to be a kill. Really easy thing to do with Jace is just Q, run right past them while they're slowed and knock them back into your jungler's gank, which is exactly what you saw there. St. Vicious easily able to help him pick up that kill as Udyr does quite a lot of damage. Holy crap, let's just step back a second as we do have another kill on the bottom lane. And this is going to be Droptek now run up. See Cutie coming in here, trying to be aggressive, actually missing his binding on Element, still being aggressive. Exhaust goes down and he continues to run in. Obviously after he would have died, I have no idea what the point of that was. I really do not. I mean, that's obvious that you're going to die if you keep chasing in like that. He didn't have any cooldowns up, so there wasn't anything left for him to do but auto attack. And so he just kind of gave out a free kill, but that is going to be a trade 1-for-1 as they did take out Elements as well. But I do feel like that could have been played better. He could have just backed off, and Cop would not have had that kill at all. Mandatory Cloud here, just farming away. Let's go ahead and set up our... let's go ahead and set this stuff up here while I have time. And let's just move these guys around. So this is one of my favorite things to do. It's like playing a little puzzle piece here. You gotta move all the champions into place. He's never good at puzzles though. Anyways, just a little bit of jokes. And you can already see that Afromu is quite a bit ahead on his farm on Cop. So we'll have to see if that sticks. It's only 10 CS, but at 7 minutes, that's not too bad. I think though that this is probably the first time I've actually seen Morgana support being used in a competitive match. I know I've heard that there's been some interesting flavor of the month changes with Elements playing Fiddlesticks in the support and stuff like that for the Silence. So I don't know. We'll see if it ends up being a viable choice, if it's something we actually see in the tournaments. Obviously it's being played here in this match, and so they want to at least try it out and make it viable, but we'll never know until the game gets going a little bit further. Smithy coming in for a gank now onto Westrise. This could be bad. It's going to shove him away from his turret. Is there any chance for him to escape? It's going to be hard. There goes the Ghost. I think he's definitely screwed there, but he does do almost enough damage. Doesn't exactly take balls down. He needed an ignite and probably an extra attack for that to actually clean him up. Unfortunately, that is no kill for Nijaki and an ultimate down. That's really the only chance he has of getting ahead in this game, is picking up kills and assists with his ultimate, because I don't see him taking down Mandatory Cloud anytime soon, as Cho'Gath is just so damn tanky. It's really difficult to do that. Looks like a little bit of aggression here at the red area, but St. Vicious is going to be able to easily pick that up, especially with Nijaki close by to help him out. And that is not going to be a problem. Both teams are actually very close in gold right now, so we don't see any huge advantage. No towers down, only 8 minutes in, of course, so still very early. Hard to say. Cop over here looks like he's going to be going for a pretty standard setup. He's already got his lifesteal though, which is interesting, being that he has a Soraka. I figured he'd be just going, oh my god, so much burst, and already having to pop that flash out. He does dodge the ultimate from Afromu, but looks like Elements is going to be the target of one last auto attack to clean him up and get the kill. He even ran back in there to pick up his axe. Not even worried about that turret, so looks like a pretty bad situation, as they are doing really good here on the bottom lane. Seems like the whole Draven thing is starting to stick. I really did like Draven. I play a lot of Draven when I do play AD carries. It's not something that I normally do. I don't I don't normally like to play AD carry. I'm not that good at it. But Draven is one of my favorite ones. So I'm actually excited to see him being played a little bit more in some of these competitive matches. And you can see there that he trades for a hell of a lot of damage. And you can definitely say that Morgana's holding her weight as well. Landing those bindings are very critical in some of these trades. The Ball's doing his best to sit here and farm while Westrise shoves him into the turret. You've got St. Vicious. Was waiting around for a lane gank, but not planning on staying around any longer since the lane is not actually going to shove back. And Westrise has plenty of vision here, so he's not going to get ganked without knowing it. Especially with Skarner, he doesn't really have a leap, so he's going to have to really just rely on catching up to Westrise from behind. And with his speed gate, it's going to be hard for him to do that. So it looks like he might actually be coming in for a lane gank, as Balls is starting to shove up just a little bit. If he can get this lane to push back, then that may allow Smithy to get in there. Other than that, all he really needs to do is just force Westrise to engage on him, and that should give Smithy just enough time to run in there and grab Westrise, pull him in for the kill. We'll see if that actually happens or not. We're going to wait for it. But at the same time, on bottom, Udyr is coming down, and we could see him going in for a gank as well. He's running in. He's got enough time to get into that bush. And so I'm just going to have to keep my eye on both lanes. This is going to be really scary. I think we're going to see action happening at the same time. And it looks like they don't have any wards, so they don't know St. Vicious is there. Same thing up top. Westrise has no idea that Smithy is in that bush unless he just randomly shoots a Q and hits that in there. Then he's going to be able to see that. So doesn't seem like this is going to happen. Smithy is spending a lot of time down there. A gank already happened. It looks like St. Vicious was not successful with his lane gank on the bottom area. Going to have to back off. Unsuccessful. No damage even being done. And there is the dive. So neither ganks from the junglers. A lot of time spent as well. But neither gank was actually successful. Either way, it was a good attempt. I mean, it could have worked out in their favor. And actually, I can say this was actually successful in top lane's favor because they forced him off the turret. He's going to lose experience and creep score. Also, he's going to lose his turret, and there's not really anything to do about that other than take the dragon, obviously. So Curse is going to be going for this dragon, but will they take it? They've got some aggression happening here. Cutie going to try and stun with his ulti. Looks like Red does grab the dragon, so in their favor, they have that ready to go. St. Vicious trying to make more plays here, stunning Cutie. Not able to take him down just yet. That Q does go down and miss, so it's going to wait a while before he can actually land that. After move falls, Cutie in big trouble, going to fall to Nijak. Oh, maybe not. What a juke. Actually going to get away. Oh, nope. Here's the ulti. Will the shield be enough? It is just enough as well with that healing potion to help him get away. So a dragon, a kill in exchange for a turret on top. So overall, I have to say Curse is going to have the slight lead on that. You'll notice just 500 gold, it's not a huge amount. Teams are very, very close. I think this is going to be much more of a standard game, a non-snowball one, I suppose you could say. But there we go. Bottom lane is going to fall now to Curse. That's going to give them a good lead now on map control. They now have the dragon. Both teams have the timer though, so we're going to see a fight for that when it's up next. At least if everyone is prepared and playing correctly. Nijaki continuing to farm. This is very easy for both people to do, both for Cho'Gath and for a Karthus to just stand on the other side and clean up the creeps. And now we're in pretty much the sit around and farm and wait for the next objective to come up. Looks like Nijaki will be getting the blue buff here really soon. He just shoved out his mid lane, very easily to do. And Mandatory Cloud going to be doing the same. Are we going to see some roaming, or are we going to see just more minutes of farming in the lane? It's only 13.5 minutes. So at this point, most solo queue matches, you're just going to see a lot of farming. People are just going to be staying solo. But who knows if they're going to be trying some crazy team group up early tactics to shove down turrets. I would definitely like to see that. I want to see everyone just jump in and take down a turret mid. Can Smithy get there and grab that? It doesn't look like he's able to pull in Nijak. He might have been a kill if he was able to grab him, but he just wasn't in range to make that happen. So he's going to stick around for a little bit longer, it looks like. Maybe run around and look for some plays elsewhere. St. Vicious now placing down that ward. He's going to see both of them in there, and that's going to make it safe for Nijaki, at least for now. And he's that oracles as well, so he can run around, clean those up, and look for some gank tips that are unwarded. Okay, looks like West Rice is a little bit low. He's got to be careful. But once he goes back, picks up a couple of items, he's going to be able to trade well with balls. Unfortunately, with no turret there, it makes it a little bit dangerous for him. But with good warding, it looks like he's going to be safe for now. On the bottom lane, I haven't seen much action recently, but you're going to notice that Aphromoo can just totally out-trade with Cop. This is one champion that I've noticed actually out-trade with an Ezreal, just because he has so much auto attack damage. It's really not hard to do. Looks like Smithy and Cloud running into a 2v2 situation. Both teams backing off, not wanting to make the mistake of running into more champions. Also, it would be kind of difficult. They were all quite tanky, and then obviously Jackie could just kite around if necessary. Looks like West Rice trying to place down a little bit of QE poke. Unable to do that successfully as max range. It is kind of hard to land that. And now Aphromoo getting ganked by St. Vicious. Is this going to be enough to kill him? Stun not going to be successful with Cutie landing that black shield, slowing him down with an ulti. But I don't know if this is going to be enough to escape. Here comes the ulti coming in from Karthus. That's going to be enough to clean him up. And Aphromoo is so low, has to back off. But Balls picks up a kill on top lane, just barely surviving. With the help of his ghost, he's able to clean him up. That is unfortunate that West Rice is not able to clean up. Perhaps just going in a little bit too soon. One of the items here, that's probably going to be an indication. Let's take a look. We've got Phage, Doran's, and Vamp Scepter versus a Manamoon. So Ball's going for a large amount of damage, and so that's going to be a big part of the reason why he was able to clean up West Rice, is that West Rice just didn't have the level of damage yet, and it was very close. Also, I'm surprised that he didn't clean him up with the help of Jackie's ultimate. That's another thing that you would think would help clean that up. Either way, both teams still very close right now, but it seems like overall I was wrong in prediction. Seems like York is winning this one out. I have to say it is it's unfortunate that he lost a turret. That makes it a little bit more difficult for him to hold that down. He's going to have to spend a lot of time on those wards. Element's now getting taken down so fast. Will he actually die though to that ignite? Looks like the last tick won't clean him up. That heal was just enough, and Cloud does fall. Unfortunate for him indeed, as he was really expecting to get that kill in Elements, but clutch killing makes it all possible for him to escape out of that and actually trade it out for a nice kill. So we're starting to see a little bit more grouping up. You saw them around the middle area. Now with that bottom tower down for Curse, they're able to kind of move around the map a little bit more freely. Of course, they do have to sit around and defend from time to time, but all they really need to do is shove the lane out, move to the middle lane, and try and pick up that turret. West Rice now coming down to try and make something happen. He knows that he's not doing so well up top. He already lost his turret, so there's not really anything to defend. Therefore, coming in mid, poking down that turret a little bit and looking for gank attempts is definitely the smart decision. It's so easy to do that on the top lane. If you lose your turret, you definitely haven't lost the game. You just have to do a little bit more roaming and make plays happen throughout the map. But the same can be said for the person who took the turret down. Balls can simply just push down the lane as he's just currently done, and then freely roam around the rest of the map while it forces West Rice to sit there and defend the creeps off. But Curse now with that Dragon Timer, they are here promptly on time, ready to pick that up and take it down for yet their second Dragon kill of the game. No steal possible there. Looks like the Morgana did try and make it happen, but was not successful. So far, this is looking great for Curse. Comparative to the last game, they are playing this one very well. Doesn't appear that West Rice is winning his lane again, but I have to say that is in large part due to the Skarner. Skarner did a lot of work on the top whenever he shoved him out, forced West Rice to lose several creeps and his turret, so that's going to make it a lot more difficult for him. And as far as Merc Treads, he's building that. Looks like going to help him out with silences and bindings from the rest of the team, but it's not going to help him out as much against Balls since his ghosts do physical damage as well with his Q, and I mean Manamune, he's all building physical damage right now. Yes, the ghosts can do magic damage on impact, but a lot of his damage is going to be physical. So definitely West Rice not building against his lane, more for the team fight situations that are going to be coming up, and I'm guessing that he's going to be going for his Trinity Force first, it looks like, instead of going for the whole Bloodthirster. And that's okay, seeing as how he's a little bit behind. He's not getting super far ahead. He's not able to build that Bloodthirster super early and start building up the stack. So instead, he's going to go for that trusty speed boost and bursty damage from that Trinity, allowing him to really just have that strong mid game to help him propel himself late. And that definitely works out. Generally, either way you do it, Bloodthirster and Trinity Force are kind of staple on Jace for the most part, and a lot of the builds. There are some different ones you can go for, such as a Frozen Heart if you want to be the tankier, more cooldown reduction based Jace setup, but they have enough tankiness with their Udyr and with Soraka that he can just go for more damage, in my opinion. Trinity Force will be enough tankiness for now for him to be able to survive and just poke people down, jump into fights, and really do some work. Either way, once they start grouping up, I'm still worried because I feel like the team mMe has a really annoying teamfight team. They've got Muffin Cutie, even though he's not going to be doing big damage with his ultimate since he is a support. Either way, it's a lot of it has a lot of potential to be really annoying for the team. It's going to slow them down. It's going to stun them. He's got his binding. He's got Black Shield. So they have a lot of crap to really contend with, especially with all of the knockups, the silences. Smithy coming in there, going to probably be grabbing Ezreal, pulling him in if he gets the chance, or really anyone that gets cut. The one good thing they have going for them, though, is that Jackie is going to be able to lay down tons of damage in team fights just by standing there, even if he's dead. And that's pretty much Karthus for you. You just run in, stand in the middle of everyone, turn on E, and AoE damage. Boom, boom. Alright, Westrice trying his best to shove down this turret so that he can move in with the team, start grouping up, and that's what you're seeing over here. It looks like enemy is kind of picking up their jungle and starting to head towards the middle area. That seems where a lot of the action is starting to take place. Both middle turrets are still up, whereas the outsides are gone. So that's really all that is left for mMe to do is take down the mid, and that's where they're going to start grouping up. And I think that Westrice wants to take advantage of that, and he wants to clean up that top turret as fast as possible whenever Balls leaves. But currently, Balls is not allowing him to do that. It seems like the rest of their team is fine on their own defending this. As for it doesn't really phase them that that Curse really wants to move in on the mid area. So right now we're looking at a little bit of just moving back, buying items. We're getting towards that middle game area. Everyone's kind of going to be regrouping. We'll be seeing some warding of the Baron area. As you can see, they're going to set up for that, as Baron is now a plausible target at 22 minutes. Everyone is high enough level to effectively take that out after a winning team fight, or potentially even bait that for a winning team fight situation that is caused because of the Baron. So a lot of different options are opening up right now. Balls now getting a little bit of poke happening onto him, but look at that AoE damage coming in. Cloud able to knock up and silence 3 of them. Now Westrice gets grabbed by Smithy, doesn't die though, so that was actually a good play. Pop is able to pick up Morgana, support is down. Afromu throwing out his ulti, doing a little bit of extra damage. Cursevice has to stay in the back as he's so low, but St. Vicious loses his oracles now, and that is going to be terrible. Mandatory Cloud picking up Night Jackie as well. Ultimate is going to lay down a little bit of damage, but can it be enough to clean them up? They're going to need everyone to run in and engage on this, but a flash by Afromu allows him to escape the last Q from Cop, and they are looking to clean up this turret. If they can do so, that is going to be a great winning fight for them, but for now it is an even 2-2 trade. Yes, it does look like they'll clean up the turret. So overall, Curse wins out on that trade. It was looking kind of scary for a second, but with the turret gone, that is the ultimate objective. Take down the turrets, win the game, GG. I can expect to see a dragon fairly soon. I don't have the exact timer on it, but I don't know, my gamer senses are tingling as I haven't seen it in a while. We're going to, looks like, see Westrice try and farm up here on this top lane as much as possible, and then he's going to have to go back, get himself some health and mana before the next fight happens. Also, mMe is actually grouping up around this Baron area. They're going to clean up this ward and possibly even start that. They can force that fight. Since Westrice hasn't gone back, it's going to be hard for him to actually stop that. Now, right now, they probably have an idea that mMe is doing that Baron, but they don't actually know. They don't have wards, so they're all going to be running in here. And this is going to be the Baron fight that I'm talking about. They completely baited that out, saying Vicious had no idea. Or if he did, he didn't have 100% idea. He knew he had to run in there and try and check that out. Luckily, he didn't die. He was just too tanky for them to clean up. So that is going to be enough indication for them to know that they're not starting Baron. They're just trying to force a fight. Dragon now is up, so there are 2 objectives ready to go. I think mMe is in a strong position to grab this with the HP that we're seeing here, but everyone is grouped up. So if they start that dragon fight and Curse can get in there in time, they might be able to stop it, but it's going to go down extremely fast right now, and they are really not making their move fast enough. So I think they're going to be giving that up for free, and instead just taking down their blue and getting ready for another fight. Possibly not though. Looks like blue team does pick up the dragon, and Curse goes in way too late, gets grabbed. St. Fish is going to go down if they can do just a little bit more damage. Everyone picking that one up, and so far it's looking good for mMe, but Smithy is extremely low, and it's looking bad though. Curse doesn't get a chance to kill anyone. They lose Nijaki. They are going to continue running in here looking for some extra kills, but it's not going to happen. Oh my god, that ultimate is almost able to take out Smithy. It was so close, but no cigar. And that is going to be mid-turret down, dragon down, and 2 kills, putting mMe in a really strong position, back tying the game up as Curse was in a really good position. They were ahead, but after that last fight, that is really bad for them. Curse is going to have to make some plays here. They're going to need to take down that top turret soon, group up, and try and win the next fight in order to put the game back in their favor. But after that last team fight, I can really say I'm worried for them, because team fights are gonna be very difficult for them. You've got a fully built, not built, but fully grown Shogath, I should say. And he's going to be able to do quite a lot of AP damage. His bases are good enough, but once you add in some AP items, look at that, he's already got a nuclear large rod. He does have that EFG, so he can burst down extra amounts on top of his base abilities. So we're going to have to see if that really plays in a large effect in this next team fight. Alright, we're starting to see late game happening here. Coming up on 27 minutes, we're seeing items built here. Let's see, going almost into Eternity Force. Bloodthirster fully stacked up on Ezreal. How about Draven? Yes, fully stacked Draven as well. He's going to be working on that Infinity Edge. He's got his Phantom, so he's going to be doing big damage in these fights. You can already see each time he lands that auto attack with his Q up, their health gets chunked down so hard, and that's just how Draven is, man. Once he gets locked in, zeroed in on someone, he is going to clean them up quickly, and you're going to have to deal with that. And it's going to be hard to deal with, especially with this huge, huge front line on mMe's side. Had to take me a drink of water. Has a lot of talking today. Alright, we're looking good here. It seems like mMe is just waiting for someone to jump over. They got their ward. They are like, come on, man, make your play. I'm going to grab you from over the wall and force a nasty fight to happen. Let's see if Curse gets pulled into that action, or if they can make a smart play and not walk towards that wall. So far, Mandatory Cloud's actually kind of zoning them out from that area, so it doesn't seem like they're gonna head there. But after that shove, he's gonna head back towards the Baron. They could force out a fight here, and if Curse doesn't respond, that's gonna be a free Baron. But if they do respond, it could be a bad fight in enemy's favor. But looking good here. They are actually a little bit split now, and as they go in to try and clean this up, they're just getting kited while the rest of them are trying to fight out this Baron. Looks like Elements actually sees this happening, gonna run in, try and make a play, and Baron is so low. Red team, oh my god, looks like Curse actually steals that Baron, but now in a really bad situation here. mMe is now looking kind of dead after Jace picks up a double kill. There's the third one, fourth one, triple kill for Jace. There's the ultimate from the Karthus. It's not enough to clean up Cloud, but if they can get in there, they are going to be able to clean up some towers. So that was a really bad situation. It was definitely a very, very risky play for mMe. They almost pulled it off. They had Baron so very low, but it looks like Elements called it out. He ran towards that direction. Everyone else responded quickly. They made the right teamfight decision. They cleaned them up. 4 kills, no deaths, 2 turrets, a dragon, or it's not a dragon, but Baron. That is what I call a very, very bad fight for mMe. A very good play for Team Curse. I think that's going to be enough to probably set them in a situation for the rest of the team, for the rest of the game to be ahead. And it's going to be basically Curse's game to lose at this point. I don't know what they're going to do. Talking about mMe to come back from that huge loss, they're going to have to really make a big play on this next one. Now they're definitely not out of it yet, but they're going to be really in a defensive position. They've lost their inhibitor. All of those turrets are down, and it's basically Curse rolling around the map, full control. Let's see, do we have an oracles yet? Pretty much the only thing they need to do is, yep, there it is. So there's the oracles. Elements has got that. All they need to do is run around the map, clean up all the wards, and pretty much shove out all the lanes and force mMe to have absolutely no control. They'll slowly begin snowballing even further ahead, and that's really all they have to do at this point. Let's see if that's what they do. It could be that they get caught out in a bad situation, possibly a dragon fight here in the future, but I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Either way, though, Aphromoo is still in a really good position. He's got a lot of items built up. Still doesn't have that Infinity Edge going yet, but definitely for Ezreal, he is in a good position. He's got his Trinity fully built. West Rice has got his Trinity and Bloodthirster fully built. Now going to be working towards either a Frozen Heart or a Guardian Angel. Not sure yet. Not sure yet. I'm thinking that Frozen Heart would be the best if he wants to go for damage. And I say damage because cooldown reduction on Jace is important. He's basically an AD caster. A lot of his abilities are pretty much where his damage comes from. 20% of your max HP on your E is so much, so you want to use that as much as possible in fights. On the other hand, you got Nia Jacky here, built up with a Death Cap, Void Staff, and a Rod of Ages. Curse is basically fully built and ready to go, and as scary as mMe is, after that last fight, that's going to really put them in a hurtful position in this next team fight. Hopefully, we're going to see mMe come back and make some plays. But right now, they are losing out on their bottom lane. They're going to need to respond to this quickly. They don't have Jace there, so if they go for a full-on team fight right now, it could be bad. I don't think they're going to do that. They know better. And at the same time, it doesn't seem like mMe is brave enough to actually make that play. They don't have the vision here, as you can see. All of the vision is in the favor of Curse. They've got wards all over the map. They can see if anyone's going to be coming in from behind, and they are safe and good to go. So right now we're just going to be seeing a slow push in until Curse is able to clean up the inhibitors. I don't think we're going to see any crazy plays. They don't need to do anything stupid at this point. They're not in a situation where they have to make plays. All they have to do is shove down the lanes. Pretty standard right now. And looks like Element's got a little bit worried there. He was expecting to get caught by Skarner, so he popped his Shurelias. Not a big deal. They're not really planning on engaging anytime soon. Soon this inhibitor should come up. They've lost their Baron buff, and it's pretty much not going to phase them. They're just going to shove down yet another turret, and it's going to be down to turtle mode inside the base. But it's going to be very hard for them to do that since they already lost one of their turrets and inhibs. Pretty much all they have to do is continually shove down the middle, force those fights out, and they will most likely win as well. Now, as soon as the next Dragon and Baron is up, I have to say that most likely mMe is going to be going for that. I think that their inhibitor should be up by the time Baron's up again, as it took just a little bit. Actually, not really. They pretty much went straight for that inhibitor, so I think around the same time. Curse going back to the base one last time. Looks like they bought even more items. Still no wits in for Udyr, but he did pick up a Phage. So he's going to have that slow ready to go. I actually don't know how long he's had it, but either way he's got it. And West Rise, what did he grab? Interesting situation. So he's actually going for a Pickaxe. So I don't know if he's going for Last Whisper instead of finishing off his armor item. That could make sense, is having that extra armor pin versus tankier targets is going to help out. You've got a Zhonya's on your Cho'Gath. You've got Frozen Heart. Yeah, pretty much their whole team is going to be quite tanky, obviously, except for Aphromoo, just going straight up AD carry. Does finally have his Infinity Edge, though, so wow, gonna be just landing gigantic damage onto the enemy team. Curse is gonna have to watch out for him for sure. If he's able to zero in and just get free auto attacks onto them, they are gonna go down so fast. But again, the rest of them super tanky. Everyone pretty much has armor except for him, except for Draven. Even our support Morgana picked up a chain vest. I don't know if he's going to be going for his Zhonya's himself and just trying to be somewhat damaging as a Morgana. It's going to be a little bit longer before he can pick that up. If you notice, I mean, he is a support champion, so only 500 gold right now as he's been focusing on wards and, well, he's not farming, he's Morgana as a support. So that's pretty much it. Elements, on the other hand, he's got a lot of global gold from being able to pick up those barons and turrets and whatnot. So he's got plenty of gold to pick up any items that he needs. He's got the Trellis, he's got that oracles. He held on to it for pretty much this whole game. Hasn't even died, actually. Twice, yes, but doesn't seem like any of those times have been after he picked up the oracles. Pretty much from the lane phase, I imagine. So far, fairly stale. No teams really wanting to engage, but now with Baron up, you're going to be seeing a force fight happening here. Nice wall landing onto 3 of them. Not going to be an engage though, just enough to kind of shove them back. Wards going down, going to hold them back. Cutie does have that oracles, so that's going to be enough to at least help them get a little bit more map control. And once this Baron fight does start, if they're able to clean up that ward, they're not going to know as soon as mMe comes in, so they may not actually start the Baron. They're probably just gonna sit around and try and force that fight out. Element's gonna get grabbed down. Will they be able to take out the oracles? He actually gets away just in time. Flashes out. Nijaki gonna go down. Cutie cleans that up. Very nice. Here comes the ultimate from him. Is he able to clean that up? Yes, Cutie goes down to the ultimate from Nijaki. So far, that's gonna be a 1-4-1 trade, but I'd say support for AP carry is probably in mMe's favor for the rest of this fight. St. Vicious is extremely low, so he's not going to be as effective for the rest of the fight. They're going to need to wait a little bit longer. Yes, there we go. Elements using those heals to try and keep him topped off. And by topped off, I mean not low. You're not going to top off somebody who's that low. So for the most part, mMe going to back off. They're not necessarily the lowest, but they are all below half health, other than Aframu, who has that life steal from auto attacks. Could be going in for another fight here. They need to be very careful. West Rice and Cop have a lot of damage, so they need to really only engage if they can catch someone with a knockup from Cho'Gath. And obviously Smithy has no ulti. Looks like Nijaki going to be coming back into the fight here really soon. Muffin Cutie doing the same. So this is pretty much going to be a reset. Everyone needs to clean this up. Actually, Kurt's going to be starting on the Baron now, forcing mMe into a fight. And I think they're going to actually come out on this on top, as with Soraka there, healing them up, he's going to be good to go. One auto attack takes him down extremely low, though. They need to be careful about that. Now split up, though. This could be really good for mMe, as Curse can't do much unless they are grouped up as a team. They've got everyone here ready to go. Nijaki comes in just a little bit late as Evermute cleans up St. Vicious, and he was really low from the beginning. Anyways, Nijaki could die again, actually. And that ultimate just doesn't come in on the rebound. It almost cleans him up, though. That was very close. So far, though, that last fight looks like another 1-for-1 trade. Both junglers go down. Nijaki actually surviving just barely. I was expecting him to die there, but he did not. Both teams are backed off. No one's going to get Baron for now, so we're going to see a reset once again. And, man, some very intense action here. As far ahead as Curse is, it's all it takes is for them to, you saw them get split up, and that's pretty much what allowed mMe to get in there and almost win that fight. But that's the problem, is that even with that huge advantage, it was still just an almost. mMe needs a sure thing. They need to win a fight. They need to grab a Baron, and that'll clean it up and put them back in a good situation. Man, that looks cool. I just now noticed Starcall's new animation effects. Of course, I'm not too happy about Giant Amazon Soraka. I'm not really sure why they decided to go for Giant Amazon Soraka. I don't know if that she's supposed to be a giant biatch or what, but kind of weird looking. I know I'm not the only one that feels that way, but I know they're not going to change it. I've heard that is the way she's going to stay. Sad day. Oh well. Back to the game, though. We've got, looks like everyone back to full health and wards here, so they know that mMe is in the area trying to set up for another fight. Who's going to win this one? Who's going to get the right positioning? That's what's going to come down to, I think, is just the right positioning and the right engages. Damn, that damage. QE from Jace takes QD down to below half HP. He's going to have to go back and heal that up. Either that or place down some... Yeah, it looks like he's going to go back. So he is going to need to get back there as soon as possible. I think that Curse may have it in their loins that they're going to go for Baron. They know that with Morgana a little bit low, they've got a chance to go for this, but they're going to have to make a play quickly. If they go for this Baron, it could be a scary play, but I think what they really want to do is force mMe to actually run in and force a fight onto them, because they know they'll win. There we go, Curse Cop buffing up his team with that attack speed, hoping that they'll come out and actually go for a fight. Binding not going to land as Morgana is back, but Smithy, wow, look at that damage going down. Now Jackie taking as much as well. He's going to fall here very quickly. Knight lands. Everyone picks up the kill. Are they going to back off, or are they going to clean this up? That's going to be another kill. Westrise cleaning up the Yorick there, and so far we're looking at a 1-for-1 trade yet again with mandatory cloud so low. They just keep getting people low but not cleaning it up. mMe though not going to be able to come back in here and stop these guys. Finally Curse is able to win out the fight strong enough even without killing everyone and get everyone so low that they're able to stop that. Smithy goes down. I think this could be the game for mMe, as I'm feeling Curse is going to come in, clean up that inhibitor that is free. There's no turret there. Obviously they have 3 people here to defend, but it's, I just don't know, man. They don't have a lot of strength against what is coming at them. They've got pretty much their 2 DPSers fully capable and ready to go. We've got that last Whisper built up on Jace finally, and you'll notice it's already cleaning up Mandatory Cloud very quickly. His life goes down so fast. They stop that inhibitor from working, and you're going to be seeing those super creeps coming in very fast. They need to start cleaning up the rest of the turrets, so if they can get those last inhibitors, it's going to be lights out for mMe. But it looks like instead they're just going to go ahead and clean up this dragon. They've got a lot of extra gold from that Baron, and so they're going to go ahead and take advantage of that. They're going to give their super creeps a little bit of time to kind of amass in the middle there, and that's going to give them a chance to shove out the other lanes and really start to make their next play. Whew, a lot of talking. This is a 40-minute game, and I don't think I've stopped yet. All right, so with both teams really looking for a team fight win, I think at this point. Curse has won the last 2 big team fights, and that's really stuck them in a 10,000 gold lead. But still not strong enough to just completely shove them down their throats. They have to continue to play it safe, and I think that if they can just get one more of those team fights in that they had at their last Baron fight, that should say lights out to mMe. Of course, they're still not out of it yet. I mean, the fact that they have such a strong team fight team, that's the whole reason that even with a huge lead, Curse hasn't been able to shove them down. They continue to have, they have to play it very, very carefully. They're doing a good job and they're winning the fights. But like I said, I mean, it really came down to that really risky Baron attempt that mMe went for. Bit off a little bit more than they could chew, and it put him in this current situation. Now Westrise getting caught there by Smithy after a nice biting, but flashes himself out to safety. Wow, so much AoE damage. That is going to clean up a lot of mMe. Looks like that is lights out for Mandatory Cloud. The rest of them are very low. Westrise going to go down. Double kill for him. Not go down, but Westrise going to get the double kill. Curse Top cleaning up the turret. This is going to be Smithy dying after a few more auto attacks. If Curse can just do a little bit more damage, no, he gets it. And either way, that's going to be the inhibitor, so winning fight in their favor, even though they do a 2-for-2 trade. And I think they can even clean up this turret if they're fast enough, but they have to be careful because still it's a 3-3 at their base here. St. Vicious is so tanky right now. I don't think they're going to be able to sit there and take out the turret though. They have enough damage to really stop that. But now with super creeps coming in, that could be pretty much lights out for the turrets. I think I've said that like 5 times this game. That stuff being lights out. Alright, it's out of the system. And they are just doing a good job of sitting here kiting around mMe, as they don't really have a lot of engage potential at this point without effort move, without mandatory cloud. They're doing their best to shove them back, but with super creeps here, it's really hard for them to do so. There's ultimate on the same Vicious. Is it going to be enough to clean them up? I don't know. They're going to need a binding right here. Can he land it? And there it is. fighting on St. Vicious, but St. Vicious is so damn tanky. I don't know, Balls though is keeping him slowed. He's got that continual slow with those ghouls, but he's not gonna be able to chase that. I mean, St. Vicious, he's, I mean, it's Udyr, what are you gonna do? He's just gonna continue pushing that button, boom, 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 run away and bitch nuts. What are you gonna do? So there we go, Curse gets away with cleaning up yet another inhibitor and one of the base turrets. I think on the next push, it's gonna be the end of the game. So mMe in a really bad position. Baron buff is off of Curse right now, but I don't think they really need it any longer. They've got strong enough at this point to really shove that down. A Quicksilver Sash, Last Whisper on Ezreal, man, he's so good to go. He's not going to be caught by a Skarner at all. That's why you're seeing Skarner grab a vulnerable Westrise. But even then, Westrise is so tanky and he just flashes back out anytime he gets caught. So now with the GA, he doesn't really have to worry too much about it. I mean, he's tanky as hell right now. He's got that Trinity Force, he's got the GA. I mean, what are you going to do about that? You got to deal with Nijaki first because he's the huge damage dealer. But then, even after you kill him, if you do kill him with that Zanya now, you got to deal with his dead ghost form. And then everyone else is going in here. They're in a really good situation. They've got a great late game just because everyone on their team can dish out huge amounts of damage, even past the defenses that they built because they have two Last Whispers, you have Void Staff and Nijaki. It's really hard to defend against that type of damage. Aphromoo, yes, he can do a lot of damage right now, but really, he's not going to be the one that can save him, as it just comes down to, don't know actually. I don't know what they can do. Curse is in a really, really good position. Even if they hadn't lost their inhibitors, I feel like as the game gets later and later, it's going to be easier for Curse to really win this one out as they're just so strong with so much damage. And they don't rely on assassins here. They're all relying on ranged attacks to kill their enemies. A lot of times you see champions that do really well in the mid game, champions like Talon or Darius, champions that are all relying on melee. Those are the ones who tend to fall off late game to teams like this, where they can just kite them down and clean them up in AoE situations. But that is not going to be the problem for Curse. Curse has a great ranged late game, whereas mMe have a lot of melee champions, and that's just going to be really scary against Nijaki. So they clean up that turret. This is going to be a full-on engage. Nijaki going to fall once again, as he does every single team fight, but not after landing lots of damage on the enemy team. There goes the ultimate. Going to be doing a little bit of poke. And it seems like a one-for-one trade so far. Smithy has fallen, but it seems okay so far. They can run in right now and take advantage of the fact that mMe is a little bit low. They can probably clean that up. Instead, they're going to go clean up their jungle. So they're just playing it safe right now. They're not going to go for any power plays, not try and just finish up the rest of the game, as they don't want to get pulled in and cleaned up and give mMe a chance to actually come back. Now, it's going to be hard for them to come back at this point, but they definitely have the opportunity to do so. If the I don't know, they'd have to take out the GA. They'd have to clean up one or two people. I don't really know any other way they can do it. It's just going to have to come down to someone making a huge, huge mistake. So far, it looks like Curse is going to head in for their third Baron of the game, and I don't even know if mMe can stop this. Yeah, they've got Draven down on bottom, just farming as much as possible, trying to shove out those lanes. I think they are quite aware that they're going to lose Baron, and that there's nothing they can do about it. So Curse picks that up unopposed. They're going to head in, try and clean up this last inhibitor. There's no turrets left to defend it, so all they really have to do is just group up and shove mMe back. We'll see if mMe can actually stop this, but I don't know if it's going to be possible. Once everyone groups up, they're going to be good to go. They've got super creeps coming in on the mid lane. Bottom has finally respawned that inhibitor, so they're going to have to clean that one up as well. But I'm pretty sure as soon as they run in here and group, there's going to be 3 inhibitors down, and a couple of enemy people dead, and a surrender boat coming in. That's my prediction. We'll see if that's what happens. So here we are, the final stand of mMe. Can they turtle this one out any longer? This is such a long game. Coming in at 49 minutes. Holy crap. I'll be perfectly honest, the longest game I've ever seen is the one in regionals. I think it went to like 70 minutes, something like that. I can't even remember which teams it were. that they were playing, but it was really long. This is a really long game for a competitive match, though, I'll be honest. St. Vicious, wow, gets so low and gets away with it, though. Aftermoo does clean up Nijek, as usual. Does seem to keep happening each fight, but that's kind of his thing, is where, you know, he just runs in and dies. Looks like he does pick up Muffin Cutie, though, in that fight. Can they continue fighting this? I think they're going to have to run back, though. mMe is not going to be able to defend that inhibitor because they're going to have to clean up these super creeps from killing the rest of their base. And that's kind of the unfortunate thing. Once you start losing those inhibitors and you've got super creeps in your base, you want to fight the enemy team and shove them back, but you're going to lose your base to creeps. So you kind of just lose to the neutral ones. There we go. Shut down after Moo dies to Cop. And this is going to be a cleanup group right here. St. Vicious cleans up 2 more kills there. Only remaining champion is Balls. He's not going to be able to defend this. There's no possible way. That's GG. Curse taking game number 2 of this Some NESL series that I'm not officially the caster of, but I'm casting anyways. Thank you guys for watching. Please show me your love. If you like this video, hit that like button. And of course, as always, if you don't, comment down below. Let me know why, how I can improve. I'll always read in those comments. And I love you guys. I'll see you around for the next one. Let's go, bitches. Peace out.